Every single one of the parents in my school has signed a compact. If you would have asked 90% of them what's on it, they wouldn't even know their names up there. I wish I could tell you that my parents are so involved, so engaged. I wish I could tell you that when I stare back into the stands, I see a cadre of parents behind me. I wish I could tell you that when I call home, I either speak to the dad or the mom, not the grandmother or the aunt or the older sister or the Department of Children and Families or whomever else it is. I wish for their sake, for their lie, I wish I could tell you that they were telling you the truth, but they're not. The reason why these other schools are successful is because they exist outside the limiting rules of the teachers' union. These schools exist because they have caring, compassionate, capable people just like you. Just like you, who care first about children. For them, school days are not 6.5 hours. I started on union negotiations. And at one point, we were arguing seconds. Seconds. It got down to the point where the discussion broke down to how many seconds over we were talking about. Have you ever seen anyone paid by the second? Ever? Who even thinks in those terms? A professional, someone who is called to this profession, someone who is called to this, does it until it's done. Those of us who believe in this do this any chance we get. The purpose of a teacher's union is to make sure that their members are employed. That's their job. That is their sole purpose. And so, in Rhode Island, recently, this past week, in Rhode Island, the superintendent of Central Falls Public Schools was presented with a challenge. The commissioner of the State Department of Education in Rhode Island said simply this: I'm going to start shutting some schools down because this here is ridiculous. Y'all are failing these kids and this is a problem. And so, what the superintendent, Ms. Gallo, Dr. Gallo, said was, well, hold on a second. Don't close it down just yet. Let me see if I can holler these schools for a second. Let me see what we work on. So what she did was she said to the teachers, she said, look, we have an over 50% dropout rate. On the state standardized examinations in 2008, in math, 97% of the children in the school failed the math portion of the examination. 97%. Let me just stop there for a second. 97%. You do understand that you have to try to do it wrong to get that many people wrong. Like, you got to understand this, right? You got to understand that you couldn't do something 97% of the time on purpose. There are very few things you can do that well. 97%. In fact, there's research that says that in many cases, especially for African American, Latino, and poor children, the longer they stay in some of these school systems, the worse they perform. They actually come in performing higher, but over time, as participants in a failed school system that is not designed to support them, that is, unfortunately, sincerely, inherently racist, and I'll explain to you why, that their performance actually goes down. Many a parent thought to themselves, I remember when my kid was smart. You will hear people talking about their babies and talking about how smart he is, right? How he lifts his head up really early, how strong he is, how capable he is, how he can learn songs. And then he goes to school and he stops being able to learn. There's no research that backs that up. There's no research that says that you should actually become less learned over time. That'd be like going to a dietitian and gaining weight. Going to the gym and gaining weight. But in this case, Central Falls High School had a 97% fail rate. Then they had a good year, and it went down to 93%. Think about this for a second. If I said you had a 93% chance of dying versus a 97% chance of dying, would you feel safe? Would you feel like your chances had improved? You're dead. It's a wrap. So in this school, what this superintendent did, she made this crazy suggestion. She said to the teachers union, I need you to stay 25 minutes later. She said, I need you to come a little earlier. I need you to eat lunch with the kids once a week. And I need you to do a rotating tutoring schedule. No one has to schedule tutoring every day, but you got to rotate to schedule. Town that has double-digit unemployment, high poverty, and they're out of money. Union says you got to pay for that. The average teacher salary in Central Falls is $72,000, 29% benefits, which puts it up around $100,000 per person in a school with a 93% fail rate. 93% fail rate. Think about this for a second. Listen to the horror in this, because I need you to ride with me on this. Even if a child came to school every single day, all 187 days, every single day, they still had no chance of passing. How is that possible? What in the hell were they doing? Every day. What on earth could they be doing in a school? You can't teach them anything? Nothing. They can't learn anything at all. You don't know anything that you can pass on. You ain't got a website, anything. You're making $72,000 average, by the way, average $72,000, average salary. Right now, people here, you understand? But the low can't really be that low if it's 72. Because I know you've been told some lies, and I need you to understand some things. Because, see, I need to enlist you in the army that's going to free these children. Because I sit there and I go and I talk to people, and, you know, black people, we get fired up about slavery and a white person using the N-word, and we do those things, and I tell you, but you got slavery happening right now, brothers and sisters, like, yeah, but I don't really understand that. So you don't understand it by the time I'm done. You're going to understand that you can sit here and talk about the esoteric issues. You can sit here and get mad and put together a beer summit because somebody made Henry Louis Gates mad. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Somebody taught me a long time ago, when police come to the house, shut your damn mouth. You say what you want to. I don't care what you say. You got a gun and I don't? Yes, sir, is all I got to say to you. My man is the president. I got you later. But right here, you all right. Yup. You do it just like you do. Keep going. Yeah, you want me to put my hands? Yes, sir. Take me down. Yes, sir. One phone call. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, please. But he want to get slick with the lip at night. Man, please. Y'all can get behind that, though. Iman says a little something, get slick, start saying some silly things, then you get all mad. I can't believe they need to fire him. Who cares if they fire Iman? Don't even listen to him. Somebody tell me what station he's on. You don't even know.